freezes his camel and g3 to make a frame around the gold dog, then all gold needs to do is pull that horse out of the way, and the dog's free. So that's not going to work, clearly. So gold clearly thinks that he's got enough tempo, enough tempi, as it were, to go up and make some possibilities around c6. I don't know. Do you think that gold is making good assessment of his position, or do you think he should have spent more steps making a defense around the f-trap? Fritz?
Gold, that actually was a clever move by Gold, because he doesn't want to push the horse. He doesn't want to pull the horse. That's just a waste of time, because it would be unfrozen by the gold silver elephant immediately. And he also didn't want to push the horse into the f3 trap, because the horse would still be fighting the dog. He wants to push the horse into f1 with the camel. And now he's able to do that on move 24g, and I think it's almost a guarantee that that's what we'll see on 24g, is the cat and the rabbit sidestepping and pushing the silver horse into f1. Not a happy position for Gold, but his piece alignment is improving. He's going to be able to hold down the the g3 square with his dog, and the f2 square with his camel. So his position is not his piece alignment is good. Dog fighting rabbits, camel fighting horse, and the silver elephant tied down somewhat to defensive f3. This is fine. Silver's position is still fine. I don't want to say that Silver has wrecked his good position. He's still ahead by a cat. He still has those pieces threatening forward. And so the situation is very tenuous for Gold with those advanced rabbits. But having said that, it just strikes me as odd that from the control point of view, that Silver would have played his moves to commit his elephant to the f3 trap and free his camel when he was in a position, I believe he was in a strong enough position, to commit his camel to the trap and free his elephant. So had Silver played a different strategic path, we would see the silver elephant roaming free now, rather than the silver camel roaming free. Well, it's nice enough for Silver to have his camel free, but he's given Gold more freedom than Gold would otherwise have had.
Well, yes. So as we've been speaking, the 23S was played, whereby Silver played exactly the move you were expecting, Fritz. He's moved his camel out of that G4 predicament, and that was clearly looking at Gold's horse over there.
Yes, but
which has already pulled a rabbit down towards the Gold side of the square. Gold hit the f3 square, and maybe he's planning on flipping a rabbit in there, or maybe I'm wrong on that, but we'll have to see. So yes,
that's not exactly
Patrick, what
what
are you
Fritz
going to be saying?
Fritz said that he would use his camel to push down the horse. Isn't that what you said, Fritz?
Yes, and I'm surprised it didn't happen. I was expecting the dog to be on that square, and I wanted and the camel on the f2 square. Now the Silver has another chance. Silver can move the horse through f3 now, and into the g3 square. Well, he chooses the goal attack move rather than the control move, as usual for Chess and Go. When I'm looking at trap control moves, he's looking at how to score a goal.
Right, so instantaneously on 25G, Adanac, Greg, has decided to push the horse down onto f1 instead of up into f3, where it would still be able to push out and away. And also he's stopped the goal threat by putting his cat on d1, so in the short term there is a way for the rabbit to get through. And so it's a very fluid position. Gold very clearly has regained control around f3. Silver's pieces, both the horse on f1, the rabbits on g2 and h3, they're all frozen. And in the meantime, Gold's elephant at the moment is stuck on e3 to prevent the capture of the horse on f1. And the camel at the moment is frozen by the gold elephant. So it's going to take a few steps for Silver to be able to unfreeze that camel and then get it somewhere where it will be useful. And I would assume that it wants to be around c3, making goal threats. But having said that, once it gets there, I'm not really sure that there's much Gold can do to stop it. And then, of course, as I was speaking, 25S, I hadn't been expecting that. He's unfrozen that horse there with the elephant and pushed the camel up into f3. Of course, what he's also done is improved his attack in the southeast. So I'm thinking he might see a goal threat very quickly. So were you going to be saying something, Patrick?
Yes, he's threatening an immediate goal here. If goal do nothing, there's goal.
Well, yes. So now we've had 26G, which prevents the immediate goal. But it's still looking a bit dicey for Gold at the moment. What's your take on the position, Fritz?
So that's what I was about to say, is that the goal was still there. You didn't let me finish.
So pulling the dog out of the f3 trap was the tactical blunder. If the silver camel, if Gold had merely blocked up. Moving the camel out of f3 allowed the square for the goal to happen. The silver, Gold needed to put the c2 rabbit into e2. Needed to block up the position with a rabbit rather than using his camel.
So clearly, of course, Silver was in back. Silver was clearly ahead, but maybe Gold would have held it off for a bit longer. But still, that was a very entertaining game, and both players did show their prowess and skill in that game, and so we're very grateful to them for doing that. And I do believe we're joined now by Jean in the chat room. Congratulations, Jean. I believe you're now our world champion.
Hello, thanks a lot.
And also Greg as well is with us now. So commiserations, Greg. Thanks for a great game.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm sorry to the spectators. I really wanted to play a really well played, exciting game to make it worthy of a final, and I played terribly, and I apologize to the spectators. I'm disappointed in myself, but Jean's so strong. Like as soon as I went off course there, he played really well. He deserved to be the world champion.
Well, you certainly generated an awful lot of counterplay there, and we were quite hopeful for your position at several stages along the way. And it was a very entertaining and dramatic game, and also it was quite instructive for us. So don't kick yourself too hard, Greg. Thank you very much. So yes, maybe the commentators would like to ask the players some questions. So maybe I could ask Patrick, what would you like to ask the players?
Well, I would like to make a little comment, is that I called the goal. Anyway, how was it for you, Greg? Did you feel like you were lost pretty soon in the game, or did you feel that your chances were pretty good until late?
No, I did something I've never done before on 10G. If you're wondering why I made such a crazy move in 25 seconds on 10G, I mean, I saw that it was a bad move and I meant to take it back and I accidentally hit send, and as soon as I did that, I knew I lost the game. I mean, I tried to fight back, but I knew I was dead, so that's why I was kind of playing quickly after that. But I mean, I still tried. I thought maybe I could hold off the attack at f3, but yeah, 10G. If I just played camel to e5 and dog to d3, I think I had a still pretty good position there. But after that, I was dead. I mean, I think 10G was a forced loss, and I didn't even mean to play it, so I was very, very disappointed. I mean, it's so disappointing to me because we've played so many exciting games between John and I in the warm-up games, and then in both World Championship games I played terribly. Like the two of the least exciting games we played were in these World Championships. I really wanted to put on a good show, have an exciting game, maybe make a dramatic finale game, and I'm really disappointed in myself to have played so poorly.
Well, I don't know, 10G. I was praising that when I first saw it. So, yes. But you still fought very well afterwards. So it was good. So so Patrick, did you have any other questions?
How was it, Jean? Did you feel quite in control the whole game here?
I don't know. Yeah, I think after 10G, my position is much easier to play. I was kind of disappointed after, I don't know, 17S. I felt like I had a very strong position, but I could not get something out of it. I heard the end of the commentary due to the delay, and yeah, I wasn't expecting my elephants to be tied to F3. I thought I could hold on to F3 with small pieces and use my elephant in the west, but Greg made lots of threats around F3, and in the end I had to use all my strong pieces there. So I was quite, I was not very happy about that.
So do you have any questions, Fritz?
Yes, I'd like to ask Jean, in the opening is symmetrical, and theoretically, on move, after move 3S, there's a slight difference in the cats and the dogs, but the heavy pieces are all symmetrical, and the gold must be winning. I can't believe that gold is in Zugzwang on 4G, that any move makes his position worse. In fact, there must be, for 4G, there must be a move that retains the initiative for gold. Because it is symmetrical, gold must be in better shape here. And I was saying in the commentary that I don't want to play symmetrically as silver, because I don't want to concede that first move advantage. But having said that gold must be winning, must be in a better position, I can't see the move. I don't know what move I would make as gold. What would you do as gold for move 4G?
Well, I agree with all that. Gold is slightly ahead, obviously, but I feel like gold would be even more ahead if I set up asymmetrically with a camel on one wing and EHH on the other wing. I used to have some faith, maybe last year or 2 years ago, in the EHH after all, but I lost it this year. And well, I think what Greg did is fine. Whatever move which will advance a horse quicker than silver. So yeah, gold has a tiny advantage, and I don't know what can be done about that.
So let me ask more specifically, if gold flips the silver camel on 4G, flips the silver camel from E6 to E4, how would you continue then?
Oh, I would retreat to F6.
Okay, with the help of the horse advancing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then one question about the ending. We noticed that the camel, the gold camel, could push the silver horse, could have pushed it into F3 or into F1, as it actually did. You didn't seem interested in preventing it from being pushed to F1. Were you actually hoping it would be pushed to F1, eager for that, because you wanted there to be a space on the back rank? That is, if the horse gets pushed to F1, then there's a hole in the gold defenders along the back line. Were you hoping for gold to create that hole for you?
Not really hoping, but I didn't think it would be bad. Indeed, there's the G2 rabbit, so my horse is very happy to be on F1. Maybe just as happy as sitting on F2. So yeah, I wasn't going to push into g3 with my horse because I thought gold may very well want to push my horse back to f3 anyway, so I was going to let gold spend time pushing this horse